I trust you are all having a good retreat. It's a little bit different because you have the afternoons free, but this can be a good idea for people already settled in the practice to naturally enter into the practice and to sit in the morning together, depending on the weather, maybe taking a walk, doing some more sitting, some stretching, and then sitting again in the evening together. I trust the practice is becoming genuine. It doesn't have to be forced from the outside, strict regimen, discipline. We need to bring that with us, ourselves. This is the best way. The practice needs to be constant and complete. I trust you know I have spoken before about the practice being calm in the sense of bringing all to rest, stopping the mind, letting the mind come to a stop, and then seeing through, clearly seeing what is there, to stop and to see. Samatha and Vipassana. This is the basis of all Buddhist meditation. But today, let me just speak a bit about the practice as being constant and complete. Constant in the sense that it doesn't just go on for a while and then we stop and we get up and we smoke a cigarette or have a beer or whatever. It comes to be the way that we are. So, to put it bluntly, the sitting itself stands up, takes a break, goes to the bathroom, and then comes back and doesn't start the practice again, but continues it now in the seated posture. I trust you have all tasted this for yourself, this constant, continuous practice. It doesn't stop. It changes a little, maybe, but it doesn't stop. We don't step out of the practice. Again, it comes to be the way we are. The other point is for it to be complete. I don't mean perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but to be complete in the sense that everything is included. Nothing is left out. Nothing is excluded. So this is not a separate thing. The constant practice naturally tends to become complete. And as it becomes complete, it becomes constant. So when you go to the bathroom, there is the practice in the bathroom. Yes. Buddhas go to the toilet, I hope. Time for a meal, the practice eats, takes a break. So this sense of it being total, no inside or outside. These are really important moments in the practice for it to become constant and complete. How to say it? You can't step out of it, even when you take a break. We need to take a break. Yes, but you don't step out of, you don't leave the practice. The practice takes a break. Fine. The point is to see through, to see into the nature of our mind. What is really going on in your mind? If you can really see this, what is going on in your mind, this is the basis of the practice. It is so easy to run toward something in our practice, enlightenment, perfecting our practice. But if we can just give ourselves to the practice, it becomes clear, doesn't it? Trying to run toward some kind of perfect ideal practice is really running away from the practice, isn't it? It's running away from what is right here and now underfoot. So please be aware of that. Running towards some kind of a goal, some kind of an ideal can itself be running away from what is right here. Also, sitting there simply self-satisfied, stuck to yourself, can be another trap in the practice, can't it? On the other hand, indulging in some mind state, some ecstatic mind state, very, very calm, very, very settled practice. This itself can become a kind of a delusion, a kind of a attachment that we hold on to, these mind states. These really, they're dreams and delusion. So there is something very subtle about the practice, but it's not something really difficult or far away. It's a matter of digging in right here, right here. And finally, can't you see that what is going on in the practice? The self is seeking to be free, to let go of itself. That's what's going on. The self is trying to get free. This is where the practice must be really careful. This is the essential point of the practice. The self is seeking to be free, to let go. But that very seeking self is what must be let go. You see? The very self that is seeking, must come to its own end once and for all. Otherwise, it's just a cat chasing its tail. The very self that is seeking to be free, that self must be let go, undone. Then we practice from there. Not seeking to get to some place else. That's all just a part of the same delusion. Not seeking to get somewhere else. There is nowhere else to get to. Let the practice open up, truly constant, truly complete. And then you can see, it's not my practice. It's not about me. It's not about you. It is truly about numberless beings set free. Unless everything is set free, that's not awakening. Awakening is all numberless beings set free. This isn't an idealistic dream or promise. It's the fact, the truth. Numberless beings set free. That's awakening. Again, it's not about me. I need to be set free. You need to be set free. No. That very delusion needs to be set free. And then all numberless beings are set free. Please don't misunderstand me. It's the most intimate, the most subjective, personal, in the good sense of the term. It's the most personal experience possible. And yet it's so deep, so personal that nothing is excluded. It includes everything. All beings are included. Otherwise, it's just an experience of the self. So beware. In a profound sense, it's not about me. It's not about you. But it is the most personal, intimate experience possible. And it comes to include everything. Nothing is excluded. I trust you have tasted this, savored this in your practice this week. It's wonderful that you could spend a week and do this. Many places we are doing online practice, but you are physically coming together. I'm not sure if this is the appropriate social distancing, but you are giving yourselves to the practice for a whole week. This is wonderful. Please continue on to the end. And I hope on Monday I can join you again and say a word or two. For now, I have spoken for about 15 minutes. Do you have some question or concern from out of the practice? If so, please feel free to raise it. It's a great joy and an honor to practice together with you. Thank you.